Hey folks, Rob here carrying on with part 15 of the saga. Against Onslaught Resumes. This is going to be the 12th scenario, solitaire style. And we're entering the Russian turn 8. So when I last left off, I just rolled 4 reinforcements for them. This is going to be the last batch. And we have 12 suspects coming on. So if you look at our map, the question is, where do we come on? Now, I do randomize where they come on. It could be the south or it could be the east. And I'm going to overrule that because for a couple of reasons. One is I do have enough stuff down here. Unfortunately for the Russians, most of it's broken. However, I do have a couple of strong points here which are going to be contesting for the school. Now this is very congested, so I don't think I want to put anything more down here. And all that's going to mean is that these red are going to activate down in this area over here. And they're not going to be very effective. They're going to get cut to shit. Secondly, in the middle on the east, I have more units coming here, and they're going to be working their way into these German-controlled buildings, hopefully with some success. I do have defensive line with the Germans set up behind the wall, which might see some of that not work out with very well, but again, we should see some success, although there is a German fire base up top. Right now, one of the squads is broken because I do have a mortar fired rounds up into those roofless buildings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these guys up here, and they're going to contest these buildings here. Originally I was going to just give them up because there's so much stuff here. However, I've just realized that now the Germans actually have 22 of their 30 buildings. They actually have enough. So the Germans just have to hold the ground. They don't have to take any more. And therefore I want to put some pressure on them to fight for these buildings. And what I'm going to do is basically line up these 14 suspects along this row right here, and they're just going to push in because these guys will have armor, and we'll contest this area here with a mixture of armor and infantry, and hopefully I can fight a couple of these buildings. Now again, we do have 2 kill stacks up in the second floor building. We do have a lot of armor here. Some of it's facing the wrong way, which is great. I forgot to compensate for that when I did the German turn, but we do have infantry as well, which is sometimes sitting in trenches, and not all the armor is facing away from us. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys pan out. I might lose a couple of stugs in the process, but again, we'll see how that pans out. So let's get these guys set up. We're going to set them up in 2 in each off-board location, and we're just going to put them really close into the Germans, and they're going to basically be activating adjacent to the Germans. One thing I do try to emphasize in my rule sets for solitaire is a lack of dispersed entries, so that's why I'm setting them up in stacks of 2. This way, when they activate, they're more of a cohesive group rather than just scattered over the length of the width of the board, as the rules sometimes dictate that you have to do. Okay, so that's that set up. Let's make the map bigger, and then we can get into the wind change proper. And they don't have an RE, so that's good. It is overcast conditions, so actually we just started rain. Which is actually good for the Russians because rain means we have a +1 low visibility in effect. Huh. Interesting. So EC just went to wet, and we now have rain in effect. Interesting. Now, it's only 4 greater, 7 hex or greater that we're going to have the low visibility, but rain is in effect. So I guess it's kind of late in the day for that. But any little bit helps, I suppose. And it's going to dampen the flame spreading as well. So it's going to play into both sides' favor, I think. But really, it's going to hamper my 2 fire bases up top. So hopefully, for their purpose, it's going to cease. But again, we'll have to see how that goes. Right, so let's do some rallies. And Russians will get their 4. Let's go bigger. Alright, so panics come off first. Not seeing any candidates yet, although that 1 to 8 does seem pretty good. These guys here are pretty good too, so let's do the leader. Needs a 7. And then we need 2 6s. 1, 2. Alright, so the firebase is back. That's 2 of 4. Here's a 7. And then 1 more. This is a Fnatic 7s, or 9, excuse me, so yeah, let's do him. Alright, so he's back too. So that's the normal self-rallies. Now we can do the normal rallies. This guy will keep going. This Russian in the FFE is really hurting, but the FFE has really been surprisingly effective, I think, for the Germans. I've had almost continuous FFEs every turn for the last several turns, so. Right, I think we can lose that. That's debris. I'm going to keep that, and we're going to keep going to... no, let's lose it. That's fine. I'm overstacked here, I think, anyways. So this guy needs a 5. And a 5. Alright, so no joy for you guys. That leader there needs snake eyes. Don't have to run anymore. We can stay there, fix that gun, and then rally the not DM'd unit. Unfortunately, that won't count because he's not in a rally terrain. This guy here, I think we have to keep running. We're not open ground, however, so actually, no, we don't, so that's fine. And here, these guys are going to keep coming back because I keep forgetting to DM them. We're going to need 2 9s, so 1, 2. Rally this guy here, that would be no. Alright, that's it for the Russians. Let's do the Germans. Alright, so he's an 8-0. These guys are all 7s, down 4 is a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. keep forgetting about these guys back here. So these guys need 7s. 1, 2, and then we need a 8. Alright, so that would be a 10, down 4 would be a 6. So this guy is coming back, so we finally got our fire base back, that's good. Just in time to start suppressing Russian positions. Here, this guy needs a 4. No. Fix that. Right, I tried to get a fire base up on the first level, and unsurprisingly, my dice was shit, and this guy really put a hurting on me. So this would be 9, down 4 to 5. Oh wow. Okay, so I take that back. It's the dice. Dice are great. Dice are great. Don't take it bad. That worked for me that time. So I'll take it. This guy here. Can we get another one? Yes. Okay. I apologize, random.org. You're okay. And here we need a 4 and a 5. 4, 5. Well, I'll take what I get. And then this guy comes off. 1, 2. Alright, so that's it for the rallies. Now we can go into the Russian prep fire. Do they get artillery? 15 might be an artillery strike. It is. Alright, so they're going to get artillery strike. What is it? Uh, 1 to 3 to 120. So it's going to be a 200mm rocket. Now that's not correct. They've already fired that, so it's always going to be a 120. So I can, no point me rolling. Let's put that out now. And where do we want to site it? The schoolhouse looks very interesting because it's going to be contested by us soon. On the other hand, if I'm going to be doing a push towards these houses up here, this is not a bad area to put it well. The rocket did do a fantastic job up there. In this building might not be a bad spot. Or I could drop it on one of these. It's supposed to go on a unit size with 3 that's close to the enemy board edge. So, I mean, I'm not going to put it there, but we could put it here. We could put it in depth over here on a 1 to 4. So it's not going to go there. And we could site it down here in the school, which I'm really leaning to. I think it's going to be a 120, because that's on the 24 table, with a +4 for fortified location. I think that's probably the good bet to put it there. So let's do that. Let's site it on this guy here. Alright, so we rolled a 15, so that's going to be enemy artillery strike. So extent of air is halved on die roll less than or equal to 3. So we rolled a 1, so it's going to be halved. So it's going to go 1 rounded up. So it's going to be 1 hex in direction 1. So it's going to go this way here. Alright, so that's where it lands. We'll bring it out as a... Oop, wrong one. Which is probably not a bad placement right there. Alright, so 120 landed right there. And we can do the target hex for on the 24 table. And that's going to be a up 4 is going to be a 12 for the 467, which is a NMC. And they pass. The tank is going to be safe. Alright, the elephant up top is a 3. The elephant is dead. We got a 2 KIA, so we just blew up an elephant with a frickin' shell. Great. And then no shell holes there. And then in this location here, we have an 8, so it's going to be up 4 again as 12 is an NMC, and this is going to be a 5, which is a pinning task check. So NMC up top, we have a 9-1, 467, broken, broken, no 8, yeah, that's correct, broken, broken, and broken. Alright, and down below we have pinning task checks. We have 1, 2, 3. So these guys here are pinned. And the upper floor is all broken except for the leader. Well, I guess. Actually, let's do that. Alright, so that is in place. Firebase just got upstairs, just rallied, and now they're broken again. Alright, so other shooting while I'm in this area. Let's do this guy here. Nothing. You guys now have to break these guys before you can do anything. So let's roll action. And that's a move command, but we're going to fire instead. I do got a mortar shot still on this guy. Let's do that. So that's going to be a hit and a rate of fire on the open top half track. We have a 9, no effect, another shot, last shot, and a miss. Alright, so then we're going to do 6 doubled is 12, up 1 into here. 9 is an NMC, so we're going to have our leader broken, 467, and the 548 is pinned. Alright, so they're done. Already have to prep. You guys there. That is also a move command, but again I have nowhere to go because if I step in the open I'm going to be trashed, and if I await I'm not going to have much of a shot. I could put in 1 squad into this location because of the trench. It does have room for 1 more. Or I could just stay there and fire. Let's move the 458, and we're going to fire the 447. Although I do have an ATR. Let's immobilize this tank here with an ATR shot. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, can I kill it? We have a 3 side armor. We are 2 hexes away. Russian ATR is a 6. 2 hexes would bring it up to a 7. Down 3 would be a 4. 4 or less, and I could kill the Russian tank if I get in the hull. Four or less to kill it in the hull, or I could try immobilize with a. Oh, that would be a +5, 2 for motion, 7, and 1 for the FFE is 8. I would need snake eyes to hit it. Because I'm in an FFE. I could try this elephant here, and it would need a 6 to a +6, so I would need a 4 or less to kill it. No, 3 or less. Or immobilize it, I should say. Four or less. It'd be +6. 5 for the immobilize, and 1 for the FFE. So 5, 6, yeah, 4 or less, and I can immobilize this. So let's try that. 4 less. And no joy, so I'm going to fire then the 458, and we're going to move the 447. Right, so this is going to be a 4 up 2 shot. No effect. You guys here are all broken. And then down here, 458. That's a fire command, but you nobody to fire at. Except for you guys. If I fire group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You. And the 248. No, you're not going to bother. So we're going to have fire group these two here. It's going to be on the 8 table up 3. No effect. The 458 in the road is a move command. You could fire this way. This is going to be a 4 plus 1. 8 on the 4 is a miss. And you're going to jump on that tank in the advance phase. Here, we're going to do a 8, an 8 up 1, NMC 467, and 467. Russian sniper is a 1. We're going to go 1 for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to come to this here. So these guys are going to be under a stun. One of these, I believe. Stun or recalls. So it's going to be the capital stun and a rip frickin' that mortar. Mortar half track is done. Alright, so that's you. And then these guys are panicking. Seven is a move command. So we're going to move forward, and then you guys are all got to move this mortar here. We do have acquisition on these guys, So let's continue bombarding. Pick that up. Nope. Alright, so then the 228 is going to be paying a 7 to hit. No, wait. Plus 2 minus, yeah, 7 to hit. And you broke your tube. Upper floor, can we pick up that heavy? Nope. Okay, Yahtzee dice are back in action. And the 8-0 is going to do what? Let's move him. And the 458 here. He doesn't panic because he's elite. And we do have a fire command. Problem is it's only 4 firepower. 4 up 2 is not great. But we will take it. 4 up 2. Yeah. Okay, come on, man. Nine one. Let's combine this squad in the rally phase. Get rid of that guy. And then we can do... wait, that was... What did I just do? Okay, right. That's a move command as well, so let's move those guys. And then I can do this 8-1 here. I think we're going to fire on the 447 in the shell hole, so it's going to be an 8 flat. Again, another 12. What's going on? What's going on? The 248 is going to fire here. No, here. It's a 4-1. And no effect. And then these guys are all going to move, barring panic. Two, three. Mortar fire base, we're going to move 9-1 and company. That's move as well. Yeah, we're just going to move everybody. Barring machine guns. Now that is a 4 firepower machine gun. But it's too far away to reach fire base up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's going to be long range on the 2 table, so it's not going to work. So we're just going to move you here. And you guys are going to fire onto the rubble here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be on the 12 table plus 2. Yeah, right. You just broke your freaking guns. 1, 2. And it's enough to DM. This mortar here fires a shot. We hit. We have rate on the 2 up 2. And again, no effect. Rate. And sniper. German sniper's a 1. We're going to go 4 for 4. Looks like we're landing in the middle of the FFE, and I think I'm going to move it again, so we're just going to land here. Yeah, I got to start clearing this area out. I'll just take the move instead. Our mortar's still going, so we'll do it again. Last shot, and that's a miss. Alright, we have a mortar here that's doing a bang-up job. We're going to move the 9-1. And let's fire the tube. Here, keep these guys suppressed so we hit. This will be up 3, so that's a miss. And we just missed. Alright, well, at least we've acquired twice now. Hope for next time. Next up, we have you guys. So you're going to fire onto this with your 8 flat shot. That's a 1 check. And the squad is fine. You guys are going to fire 8 up 2. That's a 6 on the 6 is a 1 check, and they break. All right, so let's do. We have to suppress this. So I'm going to fire the 6 firepower here, up 1. No effect. And then I'm going to fire a 4 up 2 here. And that'll DM. And then the mortar is going to fire into that building. So it's going to hit, rate of fire. No effect. And a miss. Now that's a move, but we're going to fire first, so let's do an 8 up 2. 6 on the 8 is a 1 check hero, and the 4-6-8 is broken. Let's fire on the 4-6-7, 8 up 2. 1 check on the 4-6-7. And he's fine. Russian sniper. We have a 2 this time. 4 for 1. It's going to come back on the same guy, so no effect there. And that's it for the Russian prep fire. What are you going to do here? You're going to move. And this 4-5-8 actually, so. Who do you have to fire at? Well, I could send you north. I could send you north, or I could just leave you in place. Let them come to you. And you're going to move as well. Yeah, so I'll do that. Alright. Alright, then we're going to go to move. So. Phase of the move. Let's start with this guy here. You'll come back to here. This guy's going to go here for 1, 2, and then 3. I'm not going to waste a shot. Excuse me. I'm going to do the red guys last because there's going to be a lot of well, they're all going to be activating, so it's going to be a lot of die rolling. Here, this guy wants to do rallies, so I'm going to come here for 1.5. Do I want to shoot at him with these guys? I need to hit this. This is a pain in the ass. I think I can afford to shoot this guy once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or I wait for him to get here and then shoot. I think I want to wait for them to get there. So that's fine. You go there. And I'll hit him in the defensive fire phase. And then this guy. If I move this way and then come here. That's probably safer. Let's go 1, 2, and then 3. No. I do have smoke grenades, so if I go 1, try smoke into here. No, wait, I got rain. I forgot rain. Rain's an effect. Does rain eliminate smoke? I can't remember. No, you can't use smoke grenades, so I guess I'm kind of screwed that way. Let's go 1. I'm going to come this way for 2. This guy is going to not panic, so we're going to do a 4 down 2 shot. Alright, that's going to kill that guy. 2 on the 4 is a K2. Alright, so he panicked, which sucked. And we have 2 residual there. And then you'll be able to make it into the building. I can then final and do a 4 up 1. 6 on the 4 is an NMC, any break. Well, that didn't really work out. So this is going to be 1. 1, 2. If I come this way, this would be, I forgot to pay to come out of the trench too. This would be 2.5. This would be 4. You guys are going to come this way here. That'll be enough of your move there. And then you guys are going to come here. for 4. I think I'm going to try a shot there. Let's do a 2 down 1. 6 on the 2 is a pinning, I think. Yeah. So you're fine. 1 residual. And then you guys can come here. You are panicked, which means I can then come this way for 5. Alright, so then because of all that, that means I can come this way for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's going to be 2 blind hexes. I'm into blind hex now. I could fire back here, which I think I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to ignore that fire base up there because you guys are going to be too close to me. I'm going to have to hit you when you're in the open. Unless I just fire the medium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it would be on the 6th table, down 1. 9-2 command die roll. So he's in command. And we're going to fire the medium, and the squad will be a 6 down 1. Okay, 4 on the 6 will be a 2. 2 check. For the 9-1. Pinned, and the squad is broken. And we have 2 residual in that location. Alright, next up it'll be 2.5, 3. This guy's going to go 1 and then 3.5. This guy's going to assault move into there. This guy is going to... I think I'll keep my shot there. This mortar, though. Let's fire on to this guy here. So to hit, that hits, rate of fire. And then we're going to have a 5 morale check. That's fine. And the squad is pinned. And that's all I can do is 1 shot, so I'm not going to bother marking it. And then you are just going to assault move into this location. Get your wall advantage. Let's open up with a infantry. And we'll do a 6 up 1. PTC. He's fine. This guy here is going to... Oh wait, your CX, so that would have been a miss. And a 6 up 2. That's NMC. And he breaks. Nope, he's pinned. And we'll do the tanks. Alright, 8 up 1. Wait, command die roll. 8 up 1 is an NMC. And he breaks. Oh wait, that's not correct. Because I'm behind a wall, I cannot fire my bow. So, you're not broken. That would only be on the 4 table, and that would have missed. So, coax. Let's do the main gun. And I missed. Alright, so acquisition though. This guy here, same thing. We're going to do a 4 up 1. That's a 4 on the 4 is a 1 check. And you're pinned again, and then the main shot. No effect. Well, that guy's rather resilient. Alright, that guy there. That's a panic. And then that's that, I guess. I guess I can fire this guy. He's in command because of that leader. Let's fire the squad 4 up 1. And then the mortar. Hits, rate of fire, and on the IFT we have a 3. 3 on the 2 is a 1 check. And the mortar finally broke the guy. Wow. I'm not going to mark it because we had rate. Alright, acquisition. That took a lot of shots to do that. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. And over here, let's go 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Let's go 4. Yeah, you'll come there. I think that's safe. You guys have 2 hexes to move. Let's come into the shell hole. Of course, you won't have enough to get into the shell hole. That's fine. You're going to come here. And you guys are going to join this motley crew over here. And that'll be it for the move. Alright. Now we'll bring on our red reinforcements. Again, this will be the last batch. And we're going to do all that. Alright. Now, this is going to be a assault move. This is all going to be -2 activation, so activate it as a I'll have to use my table here. Alright, we just rolled Snake Eyes, which is an AFV and a squad. Lovely. Alright, so AFV is going to be a T-70. And the squad's going to be a 447. Alright, so that's what just showed up at the door. Now, normally they come in as riders, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to come in as armored assault. And let's start off with this 8-1. He's in command. And we're going to fire a 8 down 1 shot. 6 on the 8's a 1 check for the infantry, or they're fine. And the tank is going to fire on the tank. I do have APCR with a 5. I don't really need it because it's only a T-70, and 75 long I think is plenty fine, so I'm just going to fire, assuming I have command, which I don't. Now that sucks. Do I have another tank that can deal with that guy? I don't. Alright. Oh, I'm on top of the wire too, so that would have been a +1 to that shot. I could pivot this turret. Let's do that. Alright, I don't panic. Pivot my turret counterclockwise. Where is my... Oh wait, a vehicle. So I gotta pivot the whole thing. That's gonna be +3. Oh, I'm in motion too. Gonna double my lower die. This is not gonna hit. Yeah. Alright, so that was a waste. I just realized again after that I was in motion, so... I got a martyr there. What is the closest tank I have? This guy's immobilized. I could spin his turret. And this guy as well. And I'm going to lose my rate of fire because I only have a 1 rate of fire. This guy was not supposed to panic. What do I do? Well, this tank's going to stop. And we're going to fire forward. So it's going to be on the 2 table. Nothing from the machine gun. Let's fire the main cannon. Nothing from the main cannon. Alright, so you're fired. The infantry will fire next. And then this guy is going to have to come in this way because of the residual. So that's going to activate. And that comes in as an 11, which would be an AFV squad and a leader. AFV is a 4, which is an SU-152. Oh wow, this is really gonna hurt. Wow. Yeah, this is really gonna hurt. Let's come in straight like that. And we set an 11, so that was squad and a leader. Squad's going to be a 447, a leader is going to be a 10, which gets us a 7-0. Oh, I forgot to roll armor leader for the first guy. Is an 8-1. The second guy is not. So we actually have an A1 armor leader with a T-70. Alright, and a 447 and a 7-0. Alright, I must shoot them to... What can I shoot them with? guess I'll fire these guys. This guy's in command because of him, so that's going to be a +2 for smoke. Armored assault will make that a 0, so it's going to be on the 6th table up to, or the wreck itself will be +3. 6 up 3. No effect. And then you are panicked. I guess the sight of all these Russians coming is going to panic people, so that makes sense. I have nothing up here that can do anything. I may have to jump on some Russian guns and spin them around. The heavy here and the light are both good, so let's use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be 8, 11, and this will be on the 16 table, +1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's going to be a +3 into this hex here on the 16. Well, shit. This is not good. This is not going to be good. Motion status attempt. No. Spin my turret. 1. That would be +1. This would be +2. Do I have APCR? I do with a 4. So +2, 3 for the grain, light grain, 4 for buttoned up. Large target brings it down to a +3. Motion vehicle brings it up to a +5. So it's going to be a 5 or less to hit. Oh wait, I've only seen it for that, so it's going to be a +8. It's going to be snake eyes. I need snake eyes to hit. Actually, I'm immobilized. I can't do motion status anyways. Wrong way. That's going to be a +3, 4, 5, 6 for the light grain, 5 because of large target, and then it's going to be +8 because of time on target. Down 1, so it's going to be +7, a 3 or less to hit. No effect. Oh, coax. 5. So it's going to be on the 4 with a +3. 7 on the 4 is a pinning task check for the infantry. So the leader and the squad, they're both pinned. And then I could fire the 4 from the martyr. +2. Oh wait, that's not the vehicle in the way too. No, your emotion, so it doesn't count. +2, +3 on the 4 as well. All right, next up, with residual, we have no residual in here, which means this guy can enter this location. No, we're not going to put another guy there because of AFVs, so you're going to come here. You'll activate as a 1. Come in as a 7. 7's going to be nothing. Wrong. 7's going to be an AFV. I wonder if I have too many AFVs coming in. Well, let's find out, I guess. So what are we going to get? We're going to get a 5. 5's going to get us a Valentine 7. 8, I should say. Alright, this guy here is going to spin his turret. +1, +2, or I forgot buttoned up as well. Cancels out the leadership. We have +2 for being in motion, another 3 for being limited line of sight. It's 5. Small target is +6. Grain's going to add another +1 for +7. So it's going to be a 3 or less to hit. And no rate, because I spun my turret. Alright, and this guy here, I may have to make an exception to the red, because the red is going to, this is my table here, and this red column is going to generate a lot of AFV, which as it should, because that's what it's supposed to represent. But I can't have these guys come in 2 per hex, because it's going to lead to a lot of backup. So I'm going to have to change this. If I get rid of that completely, that would alleviate that. Then I can just spread them out as I see fit, which means that these guys will come down here. Like that. Yeah, like that. Alright, so that's fine. Alright, so next up, this guy come into this hex here, activate, and that's a dummy. Next up, we have a dummy. Next up. Okay, maybe I could have left them where they were. Oh, come on, man. A 5. 5 will get us a AFV and a squad. Again, I could come on as a rider or not. AFV is going to be a 5, which is another Valentine. Squad's going to be a 458. I can tell already I'm going to have to increase the number of suspect counters. For those of you following along with the scorecard, this is what it's supposed to represent. This is the Russian OB for the Onslaught resumes. I'm just trying to replicate this in solitaire format. So this here is supposed to be the reinforcement group I'm just replicating. And it's supposed to be 12 tanks. So right now we've got 4. And it's supposed to be 6 infantry with all this. Right now we have, 2 squads? 2 squads and 3 tanks so far. And I've still got only 2 left to activate. So clearly that's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to do more suspects. I wasn't expecting to have 6 dummies as well as only 4 active. What did we say it was? It was a die roll plus a die roll. Average is 7. 7 and 7 should be 14. That's just a bad roll, I guess. No, it's not a bad roll. The problem, of course, is the activation number was really low. This is the problem, that this activation number is too low. Well, we'll have to play with that. Alright, we'll have to play with that. I may have to repeat this whole experiment. That's what we do playtesting for, right? Alright, so next up, I gotta shoot this guy that just showed up on the board. What can I pivot to do that? You guys have targets. This guy is kind of far away. I don't think I'd make it. You guys normally stop when you activate, so I think I'm going to do that anyways. And we'll bring this guy in here. And that's going to be a fail as well, so dummy. And then this guy, a dummy. Alright, so yeah. Clearly that is not going to work. So we have 8 dummy and we had 4 active. Uh, 12. We roll 12 suspects as reinforcements, of which 4 proved to be accurate or active. Note the numbers here. So we have 155 activated, 156 are dummy, and that's with an AC of 2. So even with modifiers, we're still looking at 50-50 in terms of activation. So it's kind of funny. Alright, so that's it for the move. Let's get to the German defensive fire phase. And we'll start up here with what's left of the Germans that haven't fired yet. I was really worried about this attack when these guys showed up, but as you can see, it just completely petered out. And now it's going to be easily dealt with. It'll be a little bit discomforting, but not too much. Alright, so I need to deal with some infantry. Let's deal with this first. So this guy. What do we have? 5, 3, 8. Up. +1, +3. Down 1. So on the 8. 8 up 2. 5 on the 8. So the wounded leader. And the 4, 5, 8. And the conscript. This 9-1 here. Panicked, so the 8-1 in the breach. And let's fire these guys first. So it's going to be 8 up, 8 flat. Is it 2 check? And they are disrupted. This hero is going to fire 2 flat. Nothing. And then the 9-1. Panicked. 2-4-7 is panicked. So this 4-3-6 is panicked as well. Alright. Well, looks like this guy's going to live for a little while longer. Let's fire him. And it's going to be 8 up 2 for machine guns. And then the main cannon. That's a 8 or less to hit. +1 for the grain, 2 for the grain, 3 for buttoned up. And that is a miss. You here, 4-6-7, and the 2-3-7, 4-6-7 down there, 5-4-8. Anybody want to play? This guy here. No, okay, the 4-6-7. All right, so he can actually shoot something. That's great. Let's fire 6 up, 4 into here. Alright, well, you just bip that. And this guy. 2 up 1 will be enough to DM, which is all I really wanted to do. And that's going to be a 5 on the 2 as an NMC, so the 9-1. Conscript is have. Good. And good. Alright, this guy here is going to fire here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's going to be on the 8 table, up 1. 9 on the 8's of pinning. 9, 2. 4, 5, 8. And the 4, 5, 8. And you're DM'd. No rates, and then the heavy and the squad are going to fire at that same location, so it's going to be on the 8 table again. Actually 8 flat. NMC. So we have the leader, 458, that's pinned, the other one, and the broken guy is fine. And rate, so let's try 6 flat. No effect. 6 flat, no effect. Your crew exposed for some reason, I forgot why. So let's fire your 4 up to coax, and then your main cannon. That's gonna hit. No, actually you do have rate, so on the 4 table, nothing. Hit. Actually, that's a critical. You needed a base 8 plus 2 for the building is a 6. 2x range brings it up to a 7. That would not hit. The second one would be a critical. Yeah, this is a critical. All right, so then we do this, and we have a 5 down 2, so it's going to be a 3 on the 12 table. Is a K3. So we have a unbroken and a broken. So you're gone. And morale check for you is you're disrupted. And that was another hit, and a sniper for the Russians. We have a 5, no. And now we'll fire on you. No, I won't, that's my own guy. I guess I'm done. This guy here, you're going to fire 4 flat. Pinning Tashik on the 458. He's not pinned. Sniper though, German, 1. 6 for 4. It really just wants to go down there, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So it's going to come here where I want it to go now randomly. So broken, unbroken. Right, so the broken guy is broken, which worked out great. And then the 468 Fanatic is going to fire at these guys with a 4 up 2. Enough to DM. I forgot to do my artillery. Continuation, so, sorry, the FFE2, target hex. We have a 9 up 2 is an 11 on the 120. Is a 1 check. And a NMC for the ground floor. So 1 check upstairs, 458 is pinned. And an NMC for the wounded 7-0. And the other guy. So this guy is half squad. And this guy is pinned. Continuation. Continuation. Alright, this continuation here for the 100. We are running out of cards, and I need to get another black. So I only got 5 black, 3 red left. Do I want to drop it in place? I think I still do, so let's just draw. Okay, I got 6 black in a row. Wow. Okay, well, FFE1. Target hex. 7 up 1 is an 8 on the 20. Gets us a 2 check. So the airborne 458 is fine, and the half squad is gone. Outer ring, we have these guys here with the +4. That'd be no effect, and then the half squad, no effect. FFE2. FFE2. Alright, that was pretty good shooting. Now, I have a 9-1 here, so he needs command die roll. He's in command. This guy will pass it on to these guys, which means I can fire my 8 up 2 here. 9 is a pinning task check for this guy. And then the 458 that just came in, or 447, is good. Guy there, 226, and 237 is all good. The tank is in motion, so it's going to be an 8 up 2. And then the main armament I'm not going to bother firing. This guy's going to be a 8 up 2. Another pinning, the leader. Squad, squad, half squad, half squad. All ineffective. You guys are going to fire your 20 up 2. Can I get something, please? 12 on the 20. Yet another PTC. Leader. 447, pinned, 447, no, 226, and 237. So the guy that just arrived is pinned, everybody else is not. The elephant's going to fire onto here. Roll to hit. +2. Buttoned up is +3. Is going to miss. We've acquired though. Infantry are going to fire at the same location. Alright, so that's going to be on the 8 up 2. 5 on the 8's a 2 check, I think. Yes. Alright, so the 8-1. Wounded and Ealard. Dead. The 8-0 is fine. The 458 is fine. 458 and the 458. This guy is broken, as is this guy. Now they're all going to take a 1 check, so the 8-0. 458. Broken guy and the broken guy. Alright, and you're a half. That's some pretty good shooting. Alright, you guys here are going to fire at that guy. And it's going to be 8 +1 +2 down 2, 8 flat will be no effect. One, two, three, four, 5. So this will be on the 6 table with a +2. No effect. Nothing else is going to hit. I could fire this guy, but he's in the middle of an FFE, so probably not much point. Although maybe I would do one acquisition. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, acquisition. We'll hit that. Don't break my gun. That's good. And I think that's going to be it for the German shooting. Let's go to advanced phase and advanced fire. and spread some flame. You here, with the rain, it's not going to be very effective for spreading flame. So blaze here is fine. BB40, yes. Spread to AA41, no. Now we have grain on fire over here. NN24 and NN25, yes. So my tank is in the middle of burning grain, and I have to run away next turn. How does that work? I'm in a tank, panicked. I have to leave. How do I get out of there? Is my tank destroyed? Is my tank destroyed because I'm panicked inside a burning grain field? Well, I think either the crew's going to bail out or I'm going to be losing both. Let's go to the rule book and see what happens with a flame and a vehicles. I have to leave in the next friendly movement phase. Okay, so I must leave in the next movement phase. That's okay. So HH24, II24, and JJ24 spread. Yeah. And HH25, 26, and JJ25, no spread. All right. Interesting. Advancing fire, let's do a 4, this guy here I should say. Let's do a 4 up 1, or 4 down 1 I should say. This guy here, I've been forgetting the LV, god damn it. This is going to be a 2 down 1 for being up of the wire. Infantry, the tank itself, let's fire a 2. No, no point firing that yet. Actually, yeah, we'll get acquisition on the Stug. And you are as well, so let's get acquisition. And you are not mounted, you're down below. You other advancing fire that I have to do is down here. You guys are going to fire your 4 up 2. And then I had a pin unit down here. I think that was all I really had. So here. So this would be moving is 2, pinned is 1, adjacent is 2 up 2. No effect. And then we can do route. Alright, so starting with the Russians. Set up a rally point back there. Nothing else here has to move. You guys have to get out of there. Now, where can I send you? I can send you to here. Let's thin out the herd. Yeah, let's send everybody back. We'll leave 1 leader behind. And you guys can come here. And then yeah, that's good there. What else can we move? Let's go back in the trench. You're gonna low crawl 1 hex. You have to move as well, so you're gonna low crawl 1 hex. You guys in the trench are fine. You guys here. Let's just keep going down to here. And you're gone for failure to route. And that's it for the Russians. Alright, so the Germans. What do we have to move? You have to move, so you're going to come back that way. 2, 4, 6. You guys have to move. Now this would be the closest. And nothing can shoot you, so you can actually make it there with your medium, which is great. And you have to go as well. Now where would you go? So these are closer. You can't go there. You're going to have to come all the way back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's flip this over. You're under recall for the next turn, so let's just get rid of you now. You can join the pile of other dead stuff. I can't go anywhere because I would be hit again, so I'm kind of stuck sitting inside this FFE. This really did not work out. You guys have to leave as well. So I have 2 squad equivalent in there. Let's put a leader, and you guys can go in there. That'll be fine. So I'm at capacity. That's great. And then yeah, that's it. Okay, so then we could do Russian advance. I need a patsy from the 447 and the 91. So the 447 failed because of the 9. So you're not going in. 226 is not going to go in. So you guys are fine. We have 2.5, 3 squad equivalents, so we can't go anywhere. What about this guy? Make a patsy? We can. So let's jump on that dude. Let's split up a bit and come this way and that way. They say one's going to come here, rally those guys. We'll send you this way. You're going to come this way. Uh, 7-0 will stay back and rally. And you guys are all going to move forward. And that's it for advance. Alright, so I think we have... Oh wait, this guy here. We're going to jump on the hero. And let's do... I guess we may as well track him. And that's a close combat. So let's do that now. Ambush. Stealthy for the Russian is a 0 and the German is a 5. Ambush 4-1. So that's going to kill the hero. And that building will revert back to Russian control. And I think we don't have anything else to worry about. The one vehicle. Now this is not going to be any street fighting, no ambush, so we're going to do basically a 3 or less because of the motion status. Alright, and then the vehicle will do its 8-4, 2-1 odds, and it'll kill the 458. Probably not the best idea to send that thing in. I probably should have retreated. Yeah, I probably should have retreated and not done that. That was rather stupid. Anyway, that's it for the Russian turn 8. Alright, so what are we looking at here? Bit of a schmozzle. So you can see the German lines. We have 22 still. Wrong, we're at 21 now. We did lose a building. That should come off. We are at 21 of 22 buildings controlled. We need to retain that one, or get it back, I should say. We still got to hold on to the school. Unfortunately, now we just had a Russian artillery drop on us, and it's probably going to keep continuing because there's always going to be a -1 because of all the units under there, and it's really going to keep going on till the end of the turn, end of the game probably. On the plus side, I do have a lot of units here, so I might be able to suppress this, maybe even deal these guys a death blow if I can get this fire going, but it's just resisting me. And I gotta suppress these guys here as well. Again, on the plus side for the Germans, there's no more reinforcements coming on besides random events. So a German random event now with a flanking force would probably put the scenario to bed. But yeah, it's not looking too bad. 155 activated, 156 dummies, so it's par for the course. I've killed 312 CVP. Jesus, that's a lot. And they've killed 150-ish German CVP, so 50% casualties, not too bad, compared to the Russian 300. So it's a slaughter. Disappointments for the Russians is that a lot of the reinforcements are turning out to be dummies, and this should have been a lot more tanks than the 3 that we got. Again, per the scenario card, that last group of reinforcements was supposed to generate 12 tanks, including Valentines, T-34s, and a couple of SU-152s, of which I generated one 152, a T-70, and 2 Valentine 8s. So not the greatest rolling, and I don't know exactly how to fix it because it's RNG based, right? Which means you're depending on the dice to roll. If I have 12 suspect counters with a activation number of 2 and a modifier that means you're probably going to be looking at a 3 or less to activate, it should be a 50-50. And I only got 4 out of 12, so not quite 50-50. And somebody else could be rolling 8 activations, which might be too much. So I don't want to change it too much, but on the other hand, it's oh yeah, I didn't roll armor leader for this guy, so that's actually going to be a 10 too. Yeah, it's going to be interesting trying to get the right balance of units into the mix with the reinforcement pool. Anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying the solitaire aspect of Slaughter of Ponyri number 12. I think the scenario is working overall. It's really back and forth, although the Germans do seem kind of strong and dominant, as they should. It's whether or not they can withstand the onslaught that's happening right now with the Russians, because this is going to be contested severely. Maybe not as severely because I only rolled what I did. But we'll see what it's like in the next couple of turns. Right now, this is part 15. And again, we'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.